What's up everyone, Man Bun Metalhead here. In this video, I'm going to do a deep dive into my solo channel on my pedalboard. Now this is the third video in my Pedalboard Sound Test series. If you haven't seen the other two, check those out. But what I'm going to do is not only do a sound test of my solo patch, but I'm going to do a deep dive into all the settings on the pedals that I use. So let's get started. Now, as usual, I'm playing out of my Mesa JP2C, and I'm using my custom warmouth guitar with the Regal body that has a mahogany back, quilted maple top, Babinga neck, canary fretboard, and I'm using Rebel Yell pickups from Bare Knuckle Pickups in the UK. And for my solos, I always use my neck pickup in series. Now, my solo channel is really where I use the most pedals, so I'm going to go into the patch, and I'm going to turn everything off, and we're going to add them one by one. Now just a quick test, this is what my solo channel sounds like without anything. So yeah, pretty dry. So the first thing I'm going to add is my Tube Screamer Mini. Now if you watch the second video on my Rhythm Distortion channel, I explained why I use the TS Mini. I'm just using it for a little bit of tightness in the distortion. So check out the video, I kind of explain it a little bit more. Now really the first pedal I actually have in my chain is my wah, my Crybaby from Hell. But I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to add that at the end to show you guys what the wah sounds like with everything mixed in. Now from the Tube Screamer Mini, I'm actually going to go to two different delay pedals. And how I do that is using the parallel function in the ES8. So it's going to send the signal separately to both pedals, and then those pedal outputs are going to be summed at the end. And there's some really cool reasons why I do that, but I'm really not going to get into that now. So one delay I'm going to use as a slapback delay, and that's going to be my Flashback Mini. So my Flashback Mini I have set up to the default patch that comes with it. I have the feedback all the way down. I have the delay set to about 830 and the effects level set to about 1030. So let's see how that sounds. So yeah, the slapback delay just fattens that up just a little bit. Now let's look at the second delay, which is more of my long delay. Now I'm using my Strymon timeline for the long delay. And some of you might ask why I don't use the dual function instead of using two different delays, and I'll explain why. It's because I use the duck delay. The duck delay is really cool, I really like it. What it does is while you're still playing the notes, you don't have a delay, or you have a little bit of delay. It's very, it's not noticeable very much. And then once you stop playing, that's when you get the delay tails. I really like it so I can turn up the delay, then it doesn't walk all over your solos. So the settings I have on the Strymon are, the time is at 400 milliseconds, but I do have it set to the tap division of 1/8. So it's really more like 200 milliseconds. I could just set it 200 milliseconds with a tap division of a quarter, but if I ever wanted to tap the delay, I'll tap to the quarter, and I just like that 1/8 division. The repeats are set to 11 o'clock. The mix is also set to 11 o'clock. My filter, grit, speed, and depth are all the way down. My sensitivity is at about 8 out of 18. My release is 0.05 seconds, and my feedback is normal. My high pass is off. So let's see how this sounds. So I'm going to turn off my slapback delay, and then I'll turn on the ducking delay. So hopefully you can really hear that while I'm playing. You don't get much of that delay, but once I stop, you get those tails, and I really like that effect. So let's turn my flashback back on and see how those two delays sound together. The next in line is my chorus, and I use the Strymon Mobius. So the settings on that are the speed is at 1.79 hertz. The depth is at about 11 o'clock. The level is at about 12 o'clock. The parameter 1, which is the mix, is 6 out of 18. Parameter 2, which is the tone, is about +1, and I'm using the D bucket mode. So let's check that out. The last pedal in line is the last pedal I use on all my patches, and that is the Hall of Fame Mini. That is set to the Viagra substitute, and the reverb is at about 10 o'clock. And then we'll go back to the very first pedal that I actually used in my chain, and that is my wah pedal. I use the Crybaby from Hell. And the settings I have on there are the wah range is turned counterclockwise all the way, so it's high. The fine tune is at 11 o'clock. The variable Q is at 10 o'clock, and the volume is at 4 o'clock. Alright, well that is my solo patch. Hopefully this video helped you out a little bit. If it did, please give me a like down there below. If you want to hear more about what I'm working on, like more pedalboard sound tests, gear reviews, tips and tricks, that kind of stuff, feel free to subscribe to my channel and hit that little bell icon so you're notified whenever a new video comes out. But hey, until next time, rock on.